The Fine AM8 has got to be one of the best value for money microphones of our time. This is a $50 microphone, and it has survived the scrutiny of even the most brutal audio YouTubers. But for those on a tighter budget, even 50 bucks could be too much. And that's why you get microphones like the Sibilance K66, a name which I actually can't find on the box, and it says Hal Morin Professional Studio Microphone. So maybe Hal Morin is the other name, but in the marketing materials, it's called the Sibilance K66. This is a plug-and-play noise-canceling microphone with a ton of features. The question is, are those gimmicks, or does it actually sound good? There's only one way to find out. Let the unboxing begin. By the way, Sibilance did send me this microphone, but everything I say in this video are my thoughts only. Let's open it up! Gotta do this slowly. Interesting. You get the manual. This is a lot of insulation and shockproofing for a microphone of this price. So hopefully most of these microphones arrive undamaged. Okay. This really does remind me of another microphone. It's like a baby Blue Yeti. I don't have a Blue Yeti myself, but this is clearly inspired by it. Also comes with a now deformed pop filter. This should probably take the shape of the mic soon. Just put it there so it stretches. And it also comes with a lightning adapter for your iPhone, a Type-C to Type-A cable, which is really long, by the way. You also get a Type-C to Type-A adapter, in case you want to use this with your phone. As for the actual microphone, it does say Hal Morin. It has a mute button, a mic gain knob for controlling how loud you sound, a headphone gain knob, and an echo knob. Can't wait to try this one out. At the bottom of the mic, you have a Type-C port and a headphone jack, and the microphone weighs 410 grams, that is substantial, but for some reason it actually feels a little lighter than that. Maybe because quite a bit of the weight is coming from the base plate. Alright, let's try it out. So we just plugged in the microphone and this is how it sounds. I put the pop filter on because according to this graph, the high frequencies are boosted by over 10 dB in the treble region. So the high frequencies are going to pierce through that pop filter without making it sound like you're talking into a pillow. So if you're going to use this, I would just have this on all the time. You have a mute button over here. Now you can hear me. It's a bit noisy though. Not a deal breaker. You have the actual mic gain. I have mine set to around... This is about 9 o'clock. Maybe 9:30, I would just use it at 9 o'clock. And if I move it up just a little bit, it gets that much louder. And so does the preamp noise or the hiss. Can you hear that? My voice is much louder now, but the hiss is substantially louder. So I would just crank this down. Personally would use it around 9 o'clock. I'd use it this way without noise canceling. If we do have noise canceling by long pressing this button over here, bam, can you hear that? The hiss is completely gone. Can you hear me? Yeah, this is how this sounds. I gotta say I'm impressed. For a mic at this price point, this has got to be one of the better noise canceling algorithms out there. More testing later. This here is your headphone gain, so I'm actually listening to my voice through the microphone live, and I'm impressed at how real-time the live monitoring is. I can hear my voice with effects without any delay. Let's turn off noise canceling first. And now, this is the echo knob. Gradually raising that. Wow. Can you hear this? This is some really good echo. I can already imagine TikTok singers loving this. And I'm just going to talk and talk and talk as I raise the echo, raising the echo, raising the echo. Wow. Dropping the echo, dropping the echo, dropping the echo, dropping the echo. Interesting. You know, a lot of the mics and interfaces that I've reviewed that have this echo function don't usually have a knob to control the intensity. And now echo with the mute button engaged. This is great. That's pretty good. I'm having a lot of fun using it right now. What would you use this for? And just a quick note, this is a front address microphone, so you speak from the front like this. You do not speak into the mic like this or like this. This is where the signal is clearest. All right, let's do some tests. Let's do the plosive test. First, with the pop filter on, pesky P's perpetuate problematic plosives. Pesky P's perpetuate problematic plosives. Pesky P's perpetuate problematic plosives. Now without the pop filter, pesky P's perpetuate problematic plosives. Pesky P's perpetuate problematic plosives. Here's some great news. This microphone is clearly designed to be used from a distance. It is unlikely that you will be using the microphone this way because the mic just has so much gain. Since you're probably using it from a distance anyway, you are probably not going to pop this microphone. Still very clear even from a distance. Just a quick sibilance test to see if the S and SH sounds sound okay. Sizzling sibilance sends sharp sounds. Sizzling sibilance sends sharp sounds. Just a quick distance test. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now let's do the voice compensation distance test. I will raise my volume as I step back from the mic. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Gain compensation distance test. We will raise the gain as I step back from the mic. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Let's do the noise rejection tests. Table tapping with noise canceling off. Table tapping with noise canceling on. Keyboard test, noise canceling off. Now I'm talking over it. Now I'm talking over it. Talking over it. Keyboard test, noise canceling on. Now I'm talking over it. Now I'm talking over it. I am talking over it. Studio fan test, noise canceling off. Studio fan test, noise canceling on. Now for my favorite test, the shaver test with noise canceling off. And now I am talking over it. Talking over it. I'm talking over it. I'm talking over it. Shaver test with noise canceling on. Now I'm talking over it. 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 Now for the AC noise test, I have set my AC to jet mode, and this is how that sounds with noise canceling off. Talking over it. Talking over it. Now the AC is right behind me, and this is how that sounds. Jet mode is still on, but now we have noise canceling on, and this is how that sounds. I'm going to get closer to the AC. Closer. Closer. I'm talking over it. Talking over it. Talking over it. How does this sound? Now for the self-noise test, I have turned off all fans and ventilation in the studio, so any noise you hear is going to be the mic's noise. I'm gonna raise the gain a little bit, and this is the mic's self-noise when the gain is set to 9 o'clock. Now for the guitar test. This is how it sounds on vocals. How it sounds on vocals. Guitar test with noise canceling. This is how it sounds in vocals. How it sounds in vocals. Guitar test with noise canceling and echo. This is how it sounds in vocals. How it sounds in vocals. And one last guitar test with the pop filter off and no other settings. Let's do a distortion test, which I can't do near the mic because the lowest gain setting is already very high. The idea here is to see if the mic is going to crack or distort even when the gain is not clipping. This is a distortion test, and it doesn't seem to be distorting, at least from this distance. This is how the mic sounds with a low voice. Turned on noise canceling again. This is how the mic sounds with a low voice. This is how the mic sounds with a medium voice. This is how the mic sounds with a high voice. Quick hand flute test because this has echo. Okay, let's talk about the pros and cons. Pro 1, it has clear sound. The highs are so boosted that it sounds so clear even with a pop filter on, such that when you take it off, it sounds way too grainy and almost as if it's designed to have a pop filter on. Pro 2, there are a lot of inclusions. USB adapter, lightning adapter, desktop stand, and pop filter. This is a complete content creation device out of the box. 3, it works well from a distance. As you can see, I really am using it from a distance. In fact, with noise canceling on, I can be this far from the mic and still be intelligible. I mean, can you hear that? That is very clear at this distance. 4, the pop rejection is good. It's designed to be used at a distance, so plosives will be no problem here. 5, it has very good noise canceling. It is far from perfect, but for beginner use, when I was a beginner, every microphone I had this background hiss. And if I did use software in post as a beginner, the audio would sound robotic. And although there's still some processing going on here, it doesn't sound nearly as robotic. The high frequencies and your core vocal frequencies are mostly intact. 6, there is adjustable echo. The mere fact that you have echo at this price point built into the mic, it would be a joy for singers to hear their voice with reverb. And to hear it back through the headphones in real time, that is amazing. Which brings us to point number 7. Real-time monitoring works even with effects on. Other microphones with reverb and noise canceling on, when you listen back to them, there's like a 0.5-second delay, and it is a very jarring experience. And with this mic, that is not a problem. Pro number 8 is the price. You can find the ZL Sound K66 between $80 to $30, depending on whether or not there's a discount applied. That is a price that I think most beginners are going to appreciate. And then we go to the cons. The last one might be a deal breaker. Con 1, the mute button is loud. 2, there is too much gain at the lowest setting. This mic goes from pretty loud to practically in... Yeah, right there, it cut off. I wish the gain were a bit more linear so we could have more control with our mic technique. Con 3, the microphone is stuck to the mic stand. Yes, you can unscrew the mic from the sides, so you can use it like this if you have to, and there's not a lot of resonance there, but the threads on the mic are not standard, at least for most microphone threads, so this is not designed to be used with a boom arm. Con 4, the build quality is all plastic. Stand is plastic, mic is plastic, the mute buttons are plastic, maybe even the grills are plastic, but at least this can be a pro because at least there's less resonance like that metallic that usually comes from metallic mics. Con number 5, which is the last one, the treble is harsh. When I first used this mic, my ears were in pain. They still are now, but I've kind of gotten used to the audio now. Yeah, actually, my ears still hurt. And this is rarely ever the case for the microphones I've been testing lately. Other mics might sound bad because they're dull, they're not as warm, they don't have shimmer, but to my ear, this mic really has offending frequencies. That treble region is very boosted. I do find, though, that turning on the echo kind of attenuates the harshness of those highs. It technically makes your voice sound fuller, and I found myself playing with the reverb function for a full hour. I would love to see ZealSound come up with a version of this mic with a low-pass filter, which would at least remove those highs when you don't need them. For recommendations, I can somewhat recommend the ZealSound K66 for 3 types of people. 1, beginner content creators who are just looking for a plug-and-play mic that works with their phones, tablets, computers, right out of the box. 2nd, amateur singers are going to love this, thanks to the reverb and real-time monitoring. 3, I can somewhat recommend this for people who get on a lot of meetings. That noise canceling feature is really, really helpful. However, I cannot recommend the ZealSound K66 for any kind of professional production. Even though you have a very silent noise floor and clear speech, I still find those highs quite grating. Definitely can't recommend this for professional voice actors, especially character voice actors who shout a lot, and amateur voice actors might end up clipping that audio often because of that uneven gain. Overall, the ZealSound K66 is a very interesting $18 to $30-ish microphone. It is a very fun, budget-friendly microphone that has no business having all these accessories and features. Now, if fun, universal compatibility, budget-friendliness, and convenience are your priorities, then yes, consider the ZealSound K66. I can understand the appeal to this microphone. And again, real-time monitoring, adjustable echo, and noise canceling that really works at this price point. I don't think any other mic that I've reviewed at this price point can do all of that. Now, while the Fine AM8 is not as feature-packed, it has a sound profile that is far more acceptable for professional use. If it's just raw quality, of course the Fine AM8 is the better option. But if you want echo or reverb with this, you gotta open your software. Very fun mic, somewhat serious, but still beginner-friendly mic. I am still hoping that ZealSound releases a version of this mic with a switch to lower the high frequencies, because I am a bit concerned of the auditory pain that I get from using this. Just a quick suggestion: if you decide to use this mic, listen to your audio via speakers, not headphones. I just want to take the time to thank the members of this channel and these incredible people. Thank you. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, just tapping that little subscribe button down there is going to mean a lot to me, because a lot of people watch my videos, but they don't subscribe, so every subscriber counts. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers this year, and we have like 3.5K right now, so yeah, it would mean a lot. And if you have any thoughts on this mic, any concerns you might have, just leave them in the comments down below. I'll see you next time, and in this video.